Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and welcome on into Hazley's Hot Takes. I'm your host, Clint, and in today's episode, it is finally here, week one of the Detroit Lions season. They will be traveling to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers, and I've been anticipating week one of the NFL season for quite some time, so can't wait to get right into it. In this video, we'll be previewing the Lions side of things on their offense and defense side of the ball. Not going to really cover the Packers a whole lot. We will discuss them, but we won't really go into storylines for the Green Bay Packers. And then we'll go to the Hazley's Hot Take, which is where I'll make a hot take on a Detroit Lions player to have either a great game, bad game, whatever it may be there. And then we'll transition into the prediction on if the Lions or the Packers will win this matchup in week one. And can't believe I'm finally saying it, but the NFL season starts right now. As far as storylines for the Detroit Lions heading into the week one matchup versus the Green Bay Packers, there's a couple. The first, we'll lead off with the elephant in the room, the health of Aiden Hutchinson. He seems to be practicing well in OTAs and training camp. He's explosive, breaking through the line, disrupting plays consistently, and back to his Defensive Player of the Year candidate self. So the Detroit Lions are welcoming that with open arms for sure. The other storyline that I'm looking at personally will be the development of Jameson Williams. No, he's not on my fantasy team, but I expect him to maybe take another step forward this year. He is very explosive, maybe one of the fastest players in the NFL. So I'm kind of anticipating him to take a step forward this year and to complement the Amon-Ra St. Brown on the other side of the field. And then the big one as well, outside of Aiden Hutchinson's health, is going to be replacing both offense and defensive coordinators. We'll see how the Lions schematically match up on offense and defense going into this 2025 season. I can't wait for that. But this matchup against Green Bay's got some puzzling pieces here. Obviously, everybody knows Green Bay just traded for Micah Parsons. He's a monster in his own right, but the Lions kind of handled him pretty well last year when they played Dallas. Lions have two of the best tackles in the game. I believe Penei Sewell and Taylor Decker. Penei Sewell is probably the best tackle in the game outside of maybe Trent Williams in San Francisco, but he's getting older. But yeah, so the Lions have two really good tackles. They have a Graham Glasgow, a good guard as well. Dan Skipper, a rotational offensive lineman. So the Lions have a good offensive line. The only question mark on the offensive line will be Tate Ratledge, the rookie that's replacing Frank Ragnow. I look for him to lean on everybody else for support throughout. But in this game, it's at Lambeau Field, always a tough place to play. The Packers fan base is going to be absolutely juiced up just because of Green Bay acquiring a super mega talent in Micah Parsons. So I expect them to think Super Bowl aspirations and to be locked in week one heading into this matchup versus the Detroit Lions. As far as Hazley's hot take goes, my hot take going into the week one matchup of the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers will be that Sam Laporta will score one or more touchdowns in this game. I believe that Green Bay has the cornerbacks to keep Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams in check, but I don't believe there's a great matchup on the defensive side of the ball for the Packers for Sam Laporta. So I'll take Sam Laporta to get one or more touchdowns in this week one matchup versus the Green Bay Packers. As far as a prediction going into this week one matchup of the Detroit Lions and Green Bay Packers, this one is a matchup of who is better at what they think they're best at. Meaning, the Lions think they have the best offensive line, the best running game. They're going to wear you down on that front. Green Bay Packers have one of the best defensive lines, albeit with the acquisition of Micah Parsons. They still have one of the best defensive lines in football. So it's going to be a battle of who thinks they can control the line of scrimmage. I think the key to beating the Detroit Lions, everybody kind of knows it, but it's to put pressure on Jared Goff, to eliminate the play-action pass, the long developing plays, the big passes to Jameson Williams, maybe the trick plays, the end-around, stuff like that. I think that the Green Bay Packers are equipped to doing just that. So I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers to defeat the Lions 27-21 here in this Week 1 matchup of the 2025 NFL season. I just think the Lions will hang in there for sure, but I think the defensive line of Green Bay will stifle the Lions offense just enough to get this Week 1 win. And that concludes our 2025 Week 1 preview of the Detroit Lions at Green Bay Packers. It's going to be a fun one. I can't wait. The NFL season's finally here. I anticipate a bunch of good games for the Detroit Lions this year. They got a really fun, exciting schedule, and I look forward to previewing and predicting all of the games throughout the regular season. I appreciate everybody for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting. However you've reached out to me, I don't care. I really appreciate it. It means the world. I could do it without that, though. I don't have to have the notifications or anything like that. I just like talking sports and kind of broadcasting it, if you will. So I appreciate everybody for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.